Let your body waddle. Body waddle.
What is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, and today we are here with a Pokemon battle in the OU Mixed tier. If you guys didn't see the team builder for this, link will be in the description. It is using our Beetleborg team. I'll show it off to you guys really quickly here. We have, as you guys can see, Beetleborg, Donatello, the red one, Gara, Jupiter, and if you saw the team builder, you know I wanted to name Victini Kawaii, but because it has event names, you know, all that fun logistics, the legalities of Pokemon, if you will, I couldn't do that. But we've got Beetleborg here, Quick Attack, Return, Close Combat, and Earthquake. We've got Donatello, Rapid Spin, Scald, Toxic, and Protect. The red one with Defog, Draco, Meteor, Psyshock, and Roost. Gara with Stealth Rock, Slack Off, Whirlwind, and Earthquake. Jupiter with Shadow Ball, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, Ice, and Thunderbolt. And then last but not least, Victini with Blue Flare, Substitute, Glaciate, and Grass Knot. So if you guys are excited for this team, be sure to leave a like or a dislike, but let me know why you're disliking the video. As always, if you guys are new to the city, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. Before I hit battle, I need to take a picture of his team. If you guys don't know who we're battling Bill, aka Papa C11. He is the infamous coach to make me forfeit from a stall match during the PGL Season 2, and actually was a fellow championship battler. We played in the championships of the PGL, so if the name and all the information does sound familiar, that is why. Always, as always, be sure to go show him some love and support from me. He is definitely a close friend of mine, and he is a phenomenal, phenomenal battler. So, he's got the Slowking, the Donphan, the, gosh darn, Diancie, the Mega Diancie, Heatran, Jirachi, and the Machamp. I'm, like, forgetting Pokemon names today. I don't know why. I feel like Donphan's a pretty solid lead for him, and I can lead with Donatello, to be completely honest. I feel comfortable with that. Nothing on his team really does a lot to Donatello, other than Elemental Punches from the Jirachi and from the Machamp. The Slowking does get Grass Knot, I want to say. So that's a problem, but we can lead off with Donatello here. That'll be fine. I'm hoping to show off, he does have a few fighting and a few flying weaknesses on his team. I'm hoping I can show off some Beetleborg action to you guys with this team, because that would be fun. That would be fun. That's what I want to do. It'd be awful if I got through all three of these battles and I didn't get to show off Beetleborg. Oh well, he's going to lead off with Diancie actually, which is a pretty solid play, because that Mega does get the... Mega Diancie does get the Magic Bounce, so I don't want to go for a... I don't even want to go for a Toxic here. I'm just going to go for a Scald. It's a super effective hit. The only thing on his team that really wants it is maybe a Guts boosted Machamp, so maybe that move wasn't the quickest button to hit, but the Guts boost Machamp does want that, but he's probably rocking No Guard with Dynamic Punch and Stone Edge if I had to guess. Jirachi, Heatran are both Toxic. He gets it out of there, gets it out of there. Gets out of there, goes into the Slowking. That's fine by me. He could try to, like, Toxic me with the Slowking, but if we can get I'd rather get a Toxic on this thing with the regen. I'd rather get a Toxic. I was about to say. I do feel something like a Toxic coming on, and I really don't have any Clerics. So what I can do is just Toxic this thing. That's really what I can do here. If it's an exchange of Toxic, so be it. But he does get Thunderbolt, he does get Grass Knot. Even better, we get a free switch into something. What do we get a free switch into, I wonder? Oh, the best possible thing. The best possible thing. Donphan's a really obvious play, but we do have Shadow Ball to hit this as well. So I'm just going to go for Shadow Ball. We're our Life Orb Timid set. We got Dragon Tailed into the best possible thing. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. So now he can take, he might take a Shadow Ball. He might. It was a pretty, he doesn't want to take it. He doesn't want to take it. He doesn't want to take a Thunderbolt either, so he's probably going out, back out of the Diancie actually, to take this Shadow Ball. It does, I believe it resists the Hidden Power Ice if he was expecting me to, like, predict the Donphan. But if we get a Spadef drop, that would be lovely. That would be so lovely. We don't. We don't. So I'm just going to click Thunderbolt here. I'm just going to click Thunderbolt. I was thinking, actually, when I was looking over Raiku's moveset, I was actually looking at it, and I saw it got Iron Head, and I was like, Iron Head Raikou. Perfect scenario for right now. The defenses do drop, I believe, after Mega, and the Thunderbolt's going to knock out the Mega Diancie, so Jupiter already flexing his big cat-like muscles. That Life Orb's actually coming in really clutch. I like that. I like that a lot. So with the Diancie gone, I feel like Donphan's coming in. I feel like Donphan would come in. Like, it does scare me out because it can take a HP Ice. Heatran. I can Volt Switch all over this thing's face. I don't know why the Donphan's not coming out yet. That's actually really, like, I don't know. I don't know. It's got me really confused right now. So Volt Switch is going to do a little over half, and we get a free switch in into our Blastoise, which can take anything from this. He could also go for Rocks. He'd go for a Toxic. I'm actually going to switch out Nagara, actually. I'm going to get... Actually. I'm going to switch out Nagara. We're going to get the Sand up. Sand's going to be around here for a good 7 turns. He gets free Stealth Rocks. It might have been nice to actually go into Pinsir on the switch. Get a close combat off. No, because that Donphan. Donphan and Jirachi are still there. Doesn't have any flying types to take the EQ. And I feel like his switch here is to go out into the Slowbro. I think he's going to switch into Slowbro, so I'm going to double back out into the Raikou. I'm going to double back into Raikou. There it is. Actually, the Donphan. Not a good play for us. Not a good play. We do have Grass Knot on Victini if we can get a switch into Victini. I'm really curious how much an HP Ice is going to do to this Donphan, though. I'm really curious. I don't really need Raikou anymore. It's nice to have the little Volt Switch initiative on the team, but other than that, Raikou would be nice for the Slowking, but we can always take him out. Hidden Power Ice is 2-hit KO that thing. Oh my goodness. Best play on his part. Knocks out the Raikou. Free switch into Victini. And we can go for the Glaciate and probably knock him out. %. Oh, we should have went out and Blastoise. Could have got those rocks away. Grass Knot's my safest play if he goes into the Slowking. But he stays in. So that means he would have went for a knockoff, would have went for an EQ. He would have gone for some super heavy damage on the Victini, which is something we don't need. I don't really see an opportunity for a substitute right now with Victini. The Donphan's gone. If we could get like a Moxie up with Beetleborg, we could come in, just start running shop. But I want to get those rocks away. I really want to get those rocks away. I need to bring in Donatello again, just so I can get those rocks away. But Victini picked up a kill. I'm happy about that. I love Victini. I think Victini's a great mon. So the Heatran obviously does come in. And I don't know what he wants to do, but I can switch on to Donatello here. I can get a free switch into Donatello. If he goes for like some sort of Roar and puts me out into Beetleborg, it's game over because I'm clicking close combat. Lava Plume, perfect. It's going to do negligible damage to Donatello. We're going to get buffeted by the Sandstorm, that's fine. We'll get the Lefty's recovery though. We will get Lefty's recovery. I'm free to rapid spin these rocks. No, Heatran's still here. Heatran's still here. I need to go for a Scald. That's his rock setter. Now I'm just gonna click rapid spin. Because he's gonna withdraw anyways, so I can get a free rapid spin off, and he's gonna go out into the Jirachi. Fine by me. The dual steel typings on his team is really good for Toxic Spam. We can get those Stealth Rocks out of here. And everything on his team is steel. It's just taking advantage. He's got the two steel types, the ground type, and the rock type to just like sit in the sandstorm. I shouldn't have clicked Scald so carefully. Energy Ball. Energy Ball. Oh, we take that. Fire Scald. Get the burn. Yes! Go Donatello, getting that burn when it's clutch. Sandstorm is not going to take us out. So, what I'm going to do here might be a little cheeky, but I don't like this Jirachi. So, I'm just going to kind of protect here so the burn does a bit more damage to him. Because Sandstorm damage might take me out. I'm dying either way. Goes for the Iron Head. Safest play on his part. Sandstorm goes down, so I get more Lefty's recovery. And now he... Mixed Jirachi. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I'm free to switch out into the Latios. Latias. The red one. Because I can just kind of roost up in front of this thing. I can... Draco won't be... It's Steel Psychic, not Steel Fairy. So we're Max Spadef. We're Dragon. Yeah, we're taking that. We're taking that every way. I don't know if he wants to keep this thing around, but I can just go for a Psyshock. Because I don't want to go for the Draco. And now that the rocks are gone, I don't need the Defog. But what we can do is... Ooh, that might hurt a bit depending on your attack investment. That doesn't do too much. We're max HP as well. So Psyshock, maybe the Heatran comes back in. The Jirachi's actually in enough range to where if we can get a Moxie boost up with Beetleborg, we can come in and start running all this work that I want to run. Slowking. Fine by me. You're Toxic Poisoned. Psyshock's not going to do a lot to you unless you're... That does more than I anticipated. What do you want to do is the question. You know what? I'm going to drop a Draco. And we're just going to see where it goes. We're going to see where it takes us. If he starts Calm Mind setting up, GG. But we're going to drop a Draco, and it puts him down under half. He can't start Calm Minding. He's got the Tongues. He does have the Ice Beam, though, for us. Which is anticipated, but we do have, like I said, we're max Spadef, so we can take that. I can always Roost. Here. But I kind of don't want to do that. Victini does resist it. I'm going to switch into Donatello. So he can kill this thing, and I get a free switch into Beetleborg. Beetleborg goes for a... He actually withdraws. Oh, gets that regenerator. What's he going to? Machamp. Ooh. We might just go straight up into Beetleborg and Mega Evolve. Scald. I feel like he's got to be No Guard. Who runs Guts Machamp when it gets Dynamic Punch? There it is. I was about to say, who runs Guts Machamp when it gets Dynamic Punch? Come on now. So now. Latios is the play here. But I want to... I'm going to go on a Beetleborg. Beetleborg's going to start picking up these kills. I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to click Return because we're faster. He might switch out into something, but I feel like 2 returns will knock out the Slowking, depending on where he's at. But I don't necessarily want to keep Beetleborg in on the Slowking. But return will knock out the Machamp. Jirachi was at really low health. Heatran, I think, was pretty low, but if not, we've got the EQ for that as well. We can go straight up for the return here. I don't see this thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. Okay, cool. Machamp's gone. Machamp is gone. So now what we can do, Jirachi, Heatran, Slowking. Jirachi, Heatran, and Slowking. I need to keep whittling down that Slowking. Regenerator's a bitch. There, speak of the devil, and the devil shall appear. I'm not staying in on this thing because it does have so much potential. I'm going to switch out to Victini because I can get a Grass Knot off and it's super effective. I can get a Grass Knot off. It's super effective against the Slowking. We're max HP. If he goes for Scald, Fire Blast. Woo! We can take a Fire Blast. We can take a Fire Blast. Victini handles that Fire Blast like a champion. Like an absolute champion. Like a lord. Can I go for a substitute here? Can I go for a substitute here? Yes, I can, because he withdraws, because he wants to get that Regenerator back. That Toxic is taking him down, is wearing him down. Jirachi comes in, he's going to sack it off, but we do get a free sub up. We do get the lefties as well, which will be nice. Burn damage almost takes him out, actually. He's only seen Grass Knot. He's only seen Grass Knot. I have no reason not to just go for that. And it doesn't break the sub either, so the Grass Knot will kill the Jirachi. We're still behind the sub. We have nothing to touch that Heatran with, unfortunately. Nothing. I can just glaciate the hell out of him. That's all I can really do. Because we can sit behind there. If all he has is Lava Plume, he can't really touch us either. What kind of HP? Oh, you were at really good HP, actually. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. You know what? I got behind a sub. I showed off Sub Victini. I showed off Mega Pinsir. That's all I want to do. I'm going to switch out Nagara now. In case he was just going to Whirlwind. If he has the Whirlwind. Could also set up free rocks because I want to bring back in Mega Pinsir. Goes for the Flash Cannon. Okay. So now, oh, that does a lot of damage actually, but an EQ is going to hurt whatever comes in. EQ is going to hurt whatever comes in because Heatran is a monster. Or I'm sorry, Hippowdon's a monster. Because now the Sandstorm damage is going to start chipping away the Slowking as well as the Poison. So as much chip damage off as we can get off on this thing, the better. I feel like we're going to go down to a Scald here. That does, ooh, that does a lot of damage actually. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that because after Sandstorm and Toxic damage, this thing's going to go down to another EQ. So it all comes down to, can we live a Scald? We outspeed! He's dead. Slowking's dead. Slowking's dead. We come in with Beetleborg and we wrap things up with a close combat. Slowking's gone. I can't believe. Wow, I'm just always so used to Hippowdon just being such a fat hippo that I forget that it might outspeed other big fat hippos. So Beetleborg comes in. Heatran comes in. I'm just gonna click. I'm gonna click EQ. It's 4 times effective. And I was like, is there a Shuckleberry? I was like, what is there? No, that is going to be GG to Papa C11, finishing him off with the critical hit. Like I said, guys, Pop's channel and his Twitter will be in the description. Go check him out. He's a great friend of mine. As you guys can see, he's a phenomenal battler as well. We are picking up our first win with the Beetleborg team, so if you guys have enjoyed, feel free to hit that like button. As always, guys, if you are new to the city, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. All that being said, my name is Crimson CBAD, and I will talk to you all soon. Later.